Okay, here we go again. Second try. Hope that works this time. But yeah, what I said is you're facing some pretty weird deck because, or at least that's how it was before I stopped playing like 2 weeks ago. There already were quite some weird decks I faced. Against control I want to keep my mid game. I do run Lothar though. Lothar is going to be interesting in this matchup. True Silver, Lothar, and Harvest Golem would be quite a good starting hand, I believe. So let's just mulligan for one of them. Harvest Golem would be pretty good, or my early game. True Silver and Lothar. That's good. It's good. I mean, this deck also runs Undertaker into Harvest Golem, or Loot Hoarder, so that would also be a very good starting hand. But against control, I would rather prefer having the answers to their mid game. Although it's a priest, so having a true silver champion to kill off the girl, the Northshire cleric, is pretty good. Question is whether I want to get a guy if he doesn't play anything. Yeah, why not? I mean, if he draws a card of his Northshire cleric, he effectively passes one turn because he has to heal her. And next turn, or the turn after he healed his Northshire cleric, I can kill it with True Silver Champion if he does not power shield it. Which would be annoying, but it happens. You can't do much about that, except for a silence. That's good for me. Good that I played the guy. Undertaker into guy, or just a guy? He could Holy Smite the Undertaker. I don't have any Death Rattle minions in my hand, so let's just go for it. I am thinking about making this deck a bit faster by adding Zombie Chow to it. But since I expect the metagame to become more control-ish, or to inherit more control-oriented decks, I don't think that makes sense. Because this fast start with Zombie Chow and Undertaker and all that stuff would rather favor the matchup against Hunters, or... I'm gonna play that next turn. Matchup against Hunters or Zulox or something like that, against faster decks, or Rogues. Miracle Rogue. It's really nice to have early game board presence, or you're bound to have early game board presence against those classes. So that's pretty cool. So let's hope that he doesn't kill the 1/1 guy and just places some sort of a minion. He is pretty much going to kill it. No, he doesn't. That's good. So I do kill this. That always happens. Now, do I want to play my Loot Order to get some value out of this card? Or do I want to play the Lothab, which is a bit more value? And next turn I can play Loot Order into Defender of Argus, if that is something to do. That is something I want to do next turn. Plays his own Lothab. Gets silenced. Not silenced, but humiliated. That was a pretty easy turn. Now I can answer this with Holy Nova or Organized Circle. Organized Circle would be a good answer to this board, basically. I draw 2 cards until next turn if he does that. Thought Stew. That is a very crucial card in the control matchup. Hope he... I mean, he can't draw the Tyrian Fordring, which I already have on my hand. Need to think about that play. Don't want to play my Sylvanas on an empty board. Empty board in the form of empty board. Let's do it. If you Shadow a Death Sylvanas, then I'm fine with that. Because then I can play my my Tyrian Fordring next turn. He will most likely play Holy Fire on that guy. A Spellbreaker, that's okay. That's fine. He got my Alda Peacekeeper. That's okay. How much damage do I have? That's 5 in my hand, plus 6, 8, 10, 11, 16 damage. Not quite enough. That's sad. That always happens. That's pretty good. I should have drawn first. That was a mistake. That Consecration isn't too much. Organized Circle would still be a very good answer from him. And having a priest on 9 HP is not... Okay. What I wanted to say is that having a priest on 9 HP does not really say that much, because he can do some... They do have a lot of heal. Like, actually Paladins also have a lot of heal, with Holy Light, Lay on Hands, and the Guardian of Kings. Not like that would impact games that much. But as a control player, you don't really burst other control decks. Let's go with the Undertaker into True Silver, because the True Silver can actually play kill a 3-drop. Could be a control rogue, by the way. If I play the Undertaker turn 1, there's a chance of having him backstab it, which would not be that cool. Also, I probably want to keep the coin on the True Silver for his 3-drop. But at the same time I can get some really good value out of that, so why not just play this guy? What can happen, what worse can happen than backstab? This Black Knight will probably not do much in this matchup. Doesn't attack, that means that he has Deadly Poison in his hand. I will still play the Harvest Golem. He will not Deadly Poison this guy. I'm okay with that. It's annoying, but it's not that bad. Also, it keeps him from playing a 3-drop this turn. So, I'm pretty much fine with that. Face? Really? Not against the Paladin. Is that a... Does he... If he considers going face, then that could also be a backspace rogue. I don't think... Is that much of a hard decision? I don't know. Maybe it is. I haven't seen him playing any cards yet. Except for the Deadly Poison, which every rogue deck runs. Really goes into my face. Oh, Blade Flurry, okay. That's interesting. That might be, I would have liked to see my Undertaker survive, but that happens. Now he's going to dagger my damaged golem, and then I can't do anything at turn 4. Give me another Harvest Golem, please. No, okay. Not going to play this card without using its effect. I really like the humility effects. It's going to get Charaz championed. Championed. If he doesn't play anything, which is very unlikely, I'm gonna play Karen. The only thing that could be very annoying is some... Okay, that's weird. Oh, that's not that weird. I wish I had Harrison in this deck, but that happens. I don't have him. I don't have a Harrison. Harrison could become very useful if Rogue comes back for some reason, although Lyra has been nerfed, but there is this control Rogue deck which has been around for quite some time, and Backspace Rogue is also very strong without Leroy because they can just run those golems. Zap. I'd be kind of fine with a Zap, because I think that Zap would be used on a taunted Karen. It's a shiv. 2 shifts down without a Getchers and Auctioneer. Now is he going to use Deadly Poison to kill it? Advent Vagleaf, okay. That's fine. Gonna kill it. Going to kill it. Not sure about the taunt. Because it's pretty much before he placed the sap. But that can be... it can pose a cockblock for him. Also, he can't just clear the board without another card. And the Blade Flurry is already down if he only runs 1. The miracle. Not that he doesn't have a conceal, but... would be weird if he didn't have one. 1 Eviscerate is also down. And he can only deal 12 damage in his burst. I had the coin, yeah, I had it. Sinister Strike. That's... cards like the Sinister Strike are cards that you have to keep in mind. Equality Consecrate. Or only only Consecrate wouldn't do much. Equality Consecrate guy. And hope I don't die next turn. Yeah. Should not die next turn. There is the potential of having him kill me with some of the cards he does in this deck, but considering he has already played the Eviscerate, both his shifts to draw cards, and he has to kill the taunt first without a shiv. It's gonna be hard for him to kill me. Malagod. It's a Malagod rogue. Unfortunately, I don't have a humility, because that would be pretty good in this case. And let's just play another equality. Yep, why not? I need to set up lethal. That's both equalities down, which is not very good for me. Blade Flurry. Okay. So this is pretty much the deck that Miracle Rogue players are going to play from now on. The Malagod Rogue. The name says it all. It runs Malagos and variation of spells like Sinister Strike, for example. That will be their burst. Malagos into Sinister Strike. It's already going to be 8 damage. Well met. Interesting name. Let's see if he runs the same deck. I am probably going to mulligan everything because I have a very strong early game in my deck. Okay, that's better. It's a mediocre hand. It doesn't contain the Undertaker. But I can top deck it now. Come on, Undertaker. Loot holder. Okay. Gonna pass that turn. Probably. I think I'm gonna coin out my Acolyte of Pain here. Guess it will cost him an Eviscerate if he wants to remove it effectively. And effectively means that it doesn't draw me more than one card. Looks like it's gonna trade with the 2-1 and draws me 2 cards, but that's only the board thingy. Draws me 2 cards. That's good. Come on, Undertaker. Going to play Choose Our Champion next turn to kill this off. Consecration will also be used quite early. This seems to be like a backspace rogue. At least the loot order makes it seem so. So, let's ask ourselves, what is he thinking about? Is he thinking about playing Shiv on my Harvest Golem? Loot Order, why do I always mix those names up? I think this is the more consistent play, is to keep Shiv. Lay on Hands is a very good card here, in this matchup. And the fact that he didn't play anything else is very good for me. And the other fact that I have 2 Sludge Birches in my hand is also very, very good for me. So, he had the stronger early game, but I am keeping up. Next turn I could play the Stampeding Coder to kill off one of his loot orders. Interesting. I'm pretty much going to play my Stampeding Coder here. Could Consecrate. Hey, what just... No, Consecrate wouldn't be... Very good. The Kodo actually kills his board, which means that he can play, what's it called? Cold Blood on one of his Harvest Golems. Loot Hoarders, my god. At the same time I had to use my last Crucible charge, which was not very optimal. Don't want to play my Sylvanas here. Can't really remove it, right? Can't really remove it, right? Let's just play it. I do have a lot of heal in my hand. Lay on hands, there's a lot of heal. So I can actually take the 4 damage off the Azure Drake. So going to clear it. That's pretty good. I played the Sylvanas to clear off his, or to kill off his Azure Drake. So Sylvanas unfortunately doesn't do anything in this match, but it's very hard to get it work, or to get it to work. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's fine. To get it to work in this matchup. It's only a 4-4. It's gonna get Spellbreakered. Is it though? Or do I wanna just... I think I just wanna play Sludge Belcher into Loot Hoarder here. Although, these are 2 cards that I really want to play with my Undertaker. Undertaker is gonna be 1 or 2 of the last cards in my deck, so I have to keep that in mind. I did already draw into most of my late game. Tyrion Fordring. The other late game card I can still draw is what's it called? Blade Flurry. It's fine. Don't have 1 damage. That is gross. I wish I had 9 mana and I could silence that one and kill this one off with my Kodo. Seems like I'd have to use Consecration. That wouldn't do too much too. Could actually... oh, let's do it that way. It's annoying that I have to cut it that way because it loses value. Because it has already killed Sludge Belcher. That's what Equality Consecrate gets used for. That is really good for me. Okay. I am probably not going to die this turn. Except he plays Sinister Strike, double Eviscerate, and then that's still not lethal, so... I wish he had some way to taunt it up. Double spell power. So that either means that he doesn't have a spell, because usually you would play a spell with that, with double spell power, because the chances of having that are quite low. There's some decision making going on here. I think I play Tyrion. Go that guy and get a guy. He has played 1 zap. Or 2 zaps? No, 1 zap. 1 zap on the Kodo. So there's a possibility of the second zap, which would be... wouldn't be lethal yet. The Essence of Magic. Oh my god. Sinister Strike? Yeah. That's how this deck works. pretty good even. Didn't think I was going to die that fast, but that's how the Malygos Rogue deck is going to work. It's interesting. And it will probably be played in this meta game. Which I would actually be okay with. Because Malygos Rogue is actually very hard to get off. I nearly had him too. No, I think I made the mistake of not being aggressive enough, especially in the mulligan. And I didn't have my Undertaker, for example. If I had Undertakers, and I would have had more board presence, and therefore he wouldn't have been able to get me that fast. Okay. Wasn't a bad decision. Undertaker that early in the game can always be a very bad thing. Especially against Shamans, because they usually have one copy of their axe. It's, by the way, nice to have a Consecration against Shaman. Does he Earthshock that? Seems so. Okay. That's okay. It's nice they didn't get the second spell power. The spell power totem, not the second spell power. What am I talking about? Guy, kill, attack. Don't really want to kill the spider yet, because it would deal a lot of damage to my board. And if I would kill this spider with that, and one of the other spiders with the Undertaker, then it would be pretty bad. Lightning bolt on what? Okay. It seemed like he would have wanted to play the lightning bolt on another card, which would have been the guy, but think how humility that. It's I also got a guy. I don't kill the spider yet, because I want to have a good choice. I want to have a good chance of hitting this guy with a Kodo. Also, he's gonna do the drop for me, so what else do you want? The Consecration. Consecration effectively kills off half a guy. One guy, because it's two half guys and a totem, so I think I would rather play the Stampeding Kodo and kill one spider. Okay. Didn't think it would hit that, but it did. That was pretty good. Doomhammer. Still don't have a Harrison Jones. That's gonna get a hex. It's gonna get hexed. It's not gonna get hexed. That's good. So I really want to kill this guy. This Azure Drake. Thus I will have to play the Consecration here. A pity. I could also play Sludge Belcher into... yeah, Sludge Belcher into heal is probably better. Usually want to play the heal together with what's it called? Wild Pyromancer. Wow, did he just pass? Interesting. Yeah, I think it was a mistake. Let's build the board a bit more, and I played my Crucible to kill it in order to not have this guy die to a lightning storm, which he probably has. He doesn't have a hex, because he would have played on that guy. There is no way you don't play a hex or Earth Shock on that guy. Is that a hex? What is he thinking about? He did have a hex, and he didn't play it. It's interesting. And an Earth Shock. On the Sludge Finisher. Okay. That's interesting. There goes that one, probably. Hex is down. I'm just going to play the Tyrion. He will run 2 hexes, of course, but if this guy gets hexed, then it gets hexed. What can you do about it? Let's see if he has another hex. Fire Elemental. Please don't have another hex. Or, no, he doesn't have another Earth Shock. He can only hex it. Interesting. Equality Consecrate. Tyrion would still have a Divine Shield. Wait, is that lethal? No. Deals 9 damage. Equality Consecrate. I can also only Consecrate and play Spellbreaker. It's even better. I get to keep the equality. It's always good. And I also get to play another minion on the board. Let's see what he can still do. He can play an Alak here. That would be the worst case scenario. Lightning Bolt is not an Alak here, so he doesn't have it. Totemic Call. And the Defender of Argus. Interesting. So I killed that one. First I draw some cards. Would have liked to have that earlier. That looks pretty bad for him. He's behind on board control, on cards in his hand, and on life, so. And it's hard for a shaman to pull off a miracle. The only really good thing he could do would be that. Oh yeah, it's for free. For 3. My god. My hand looks weird. Hammer of Wrath on that. Or even I can't humility this Loatheb guy this turn. Guess it got played. So Hammer of Wrath on that guy. Kill it. And don't play the Undertaker, of course. It's gonna get played next turn. Lava Burst. The burst is real. Kill that guy. Get a guy. What did I taunt up? I think I taunt up those guys. And let's hope that he doesn't draw into another lava burst. That would be pretty bad. That would kill me. Thus it would be pretty bad. If it doesn't top deck another lava burst, I'm fine. Got close in the end. Got really close in the end. Okay. I'm gonna take a break first, and then I'm going to continue in half an hour, or in an hour. Okay. See ya in an hour.